Hi gorgeous friends, I wanted to come in and do one last little activation for tomorrow's Oracle card workshop. I thought I would pick a card for us collectively and just chat about the card, chat about how I intuitively read Oracle cards so that you can get an idea of how this process works, and that will see whether you want to join in tomorrow's workshop. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set the intention for a question. And for this particular question, I'm going to ask, what does everyone who is watching this video need to embody this weekend? So let's keep it specific. So what is something that everybody that watches this video that happens to stumble across it, whether it's now, whether it's within the next 24 hours, tomorrow, this afternoon, this evening, you will get the message that you most need. Okay, so before I've even done that step, I've connected with my cards, I've set my intention. Often I will connect to my higher self, so I'm asking for guidance from my higher self in this aspect for the message that we most need. Then I'm just going to be still for a second, and straight away I just felt guided to pick this card. Okay, so this is the card that I've picked. So now before I even go to the guidebook, I can see a word on this card, and the word is limitless. So what am I already seeing on this card intuitively? Does something jump out to you? Is there a colour? Is there a symbol? The first thing that's jumping out to me is the expansion of this card. Like, you can see that it's endless. The next thing is the heart space in this figure, how it's opening and expanding out. Okay, sorry, the story finished. Okay, I'm just having another look at this. So the next thing that I'm seeing is the expansion outwards of connecting to all that is. So we would be thinking there, source energy, God, angels, a higher power, basically, an infinite universe. It even looks like a night sky, infinity and beyond. So I'm getting the idea that it's about potential is mostly what I'm seeing, and about how little we realise of the potential that we have. And straight away what's coming to mind is that there has been programming to not allow us to see, feel and know that potentiality that is within the universe. So I'm going to ask you now, and feel free to respond if you want, what jumps out to you? I'm also seeing the red shawl now, like a coat. So red, we've got the colour of the root chakra. And that's also grounding down into the earth. So you're almost seeing like this grounding down into the earth, but the expanding out. So although this figure is grounded and protected and feels like she's part of the earth, she's part of our 3D reality, she's getting her potentiality and limitlessness from the universe, possibly even from her higher self, her guardian angels, her God, whoever she believes in. She is going there for the infiniteness of what she is capable of. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't even gone to the guidebook yet. So our question was, if you've watched this far and you've gone back, you know the beginning of the story of what do we need to embody. So this is telling us that we need to embody this limitlessness. We need to embody that there is more than we can see with our own two eyes, and that we need to be open to this feeling of being limitless. So perhaps you're feeling stuck. Perhaps you're feeling as though there is a cap, a glass ceiling. You're only capable of this. You can only do that. Things haven't manifested, you haven't been shown, you don't have the proof that you can be anything beyond what is currently showing up for you. So I'm now going to go to the book and see what the interpretation of the author of these cards says about this particular card. So the first thing that I read is and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will put a photo, is exactly what I intuitively was picking up. Don't conform to the belief of others, live your own truth and share this with the world with love. So that was straight away what I was getting out of this card, is that the programming between society, the collective, the people around us, our parents, what we've grown up with, our teachers, etc., is that ceiling that is not allowing us to expand out. Okay, so without going into through this card, limiting beliefs and conformity are being addressed. It is so easy to get caught up in the material world with its illusory expectations, false sense of security, and living our lives in what society deems as perfect societal bubbles. People get lost in the games and falsity of the everyday monotonous existence. Okay, so that's a sample of basically what I was already into. So the only way to get good at doing this is to practice doing it. It's to practice actually using your intuition, because the more you use it, the more you strengthen it. So this is why I am teaching this Oracle card workshop, because this is a tool that is also part of you. So it's a way for you to connect to that inner part of you. So now, what would I do with this information? So this is the next step. Okay, so what we could do is in the workshop, I could muscle test, okay, is there a belief that we all have within this workshop that we all need to let go of? And in fact, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to ask if there's a level we can go to around this card. For everybody who's watching this, can we clear something? And I'm getting a yes. So I'm asking which level it's in. Okay, and it's in a level called level 5. So I'm going to go into that level and muscle test for you guys. And if you want to, you can accept this healing and this clearing. So just acknowledge that you want to accept. Okay, so straight away it's taken me to the subconscious in the parts of our being, and the heading under that is collective consciousness system. So this is really about, we are being asked to break out of societal systems, to break out of what is often referred to as the matrix. Okay, this is where we're heading, and this is the collective message. Okay, so what is it we can address today? So the first thing that comes up is removing collective data blocks, accessing collective integrity, creation of collective integrity, and other. Okay, so I know that's not going to mean much to you, but I am going to go away. I'm going to now just release this from everybody. So just setting the intention that that is now. Okay, so now I just went in and asked, what is an action we can take that will help us feel this limitless potential? So I've grabbed another card deck. So I've literally asked for what we call is a clarifying card. I need more information. That's great that you're telling me I need to be limitless, but what is one thing that I can do today to embody limitless? And this is the card that I just chose, Express Your Joy. So expressing joy is like a hack. It's taking yourself out of what is perceived to be the reality. So how many people say be realistic? We're taking ourselves out of that and we're embodying a joyful state, which is going to raise our frequency. It's straight away going to get us out of that quagmire of collective doom and gloom that we're all feeling right now. And we're going to be rebellious and choose to feel joy, choose to embody joy and to spread it around. So that already is going to lift your frequency for the day. So this card actually talks about you're recuperating from the negative and unconscious energies of the 5 sensory world and accepting your divine birthright. It's igniting the fire of passion in your soul and placing joy in your heart. So right now is to allow the divine inner child in you to take over and lead your life. Recapture the spirit of curiosity and play and let your spontaneous self guide you. See the world with fresh eyes, discover what's beautiful, entertaining, delightful and fun, and then go after it without restraint. You're being appointed to serve as a role model for the new millennium by demonstrating that suffering and self-denial are not morally superior choices. Let the world feel your joy, for it's contagious and lifts all whom you touch. So this is permission for you to go out and do something that feels joyful today and to illuminate that feeling towards everybody around you who you interact with today. Okay, so I'm not going to keep going because I know that most of you may have already checked out by now, but this is a sample of what the 2-hour workshop is about tomorrow. And of course, for the people that are booked in, it's going to be honed in on the healing and the work and some ideas. We can go beyond that. We can even do a bit of tapping around that, because straight away that's going to bring up, well, no, I'm not limited. No, I'm not limitless. I have a limited amount of money. I have a limited amount of time. I need to attend a job, etc., etc., etc. So all the stuff's going to come up around you not being limitless. And so what we're trying to do is show you all the ways that you have the power to be limitless when you connect to the higher parts of you, rather than letting your ego, your mind, the record of the past, which is the conscious mind, is basically all you've experienced, is all you know. And we're tapping into the higher version of us that is infinite and knows way more than the conscious mind ever